Today I'm going to share a story about how Andrew Cuomo got swindled out of $69 million of taxpayer money, and it all starts with a Trump tweet. So I'm actually going to read that tweet for you, and then the response that got $69 million. So Donald Trump tweeted on March 27th, General Motors must immediately open their stupidly abandoned Lordstown plant in Ohio or some other plant and start making ventilators now, all exclamation marks and capitals. Ford, get going on ventilators fast. Now, before we get going here, this is kind of stupid because Donald Trump actually has the power to compel them to make ventilators. It's part of the Defense Production Act. It's a wartime bill. The president can say, hey, start producing what the country needs in order to save lives. Like, that's what this is for. So his tweet is pointless. What he needed to do was enact the Defense Production Act way sooner and actually compel these companies to make these ventilators. And because he dragged his feet on it, people were so desperate for ventilators. That's where this next part comes in. Someone responded to the tweet Donald Trump had posted. His name is Yaron Oren Pines. And he said, we can supply ICU ventilators, invasive and non-invasive. Have someone call me urgent. So Yaron had 75 followers on Twitter at the time that he posted that. And he's a mechanical engineer who specializes in mobile phones. Now, this is not a knock on people who specialize in mobile phones. I've had family members who do that. We all need phones. But you don't trust somebody who makes phones to supply you with 1,400 ventilators. Yeah, 1,400 ventilators. So he gets a contract through New York. Andrew Cuomo had an executive order that allowed the streamlining of getting these ventilators in any way that they could. So that really opened the door. There was so loose regulation on this thing that he was able to secure a contract with no proof that he had any ventilators. He was even charging more per ventilators, 3 times the going rate for ventilators. It was almost $50,000 per ventilator. And then he didn't even have any. So he gets $69.1 million and gives nothing for it. Gets nothing. So because we're so unprepared, because we are so desperate, it opens the door for just all it takes is a couple bad people like that. It just takes a couple bad people to take that opening and run with it and swindle the state out of millions of dollars in tax money. That's just terrible. Now, of course, like I said, there's plenty of blame to go around. Donald Trump should have acted faster and had these companies producing ventilators much sooner. Of course, we have old trade policies from the Obama era, from the Bush era, from the Clinton era, that's phased out production in the United States, and so everything's overseas as it is. So this is all just like this sort of perfect storm, and it led to Andrew Cuomo getting swindled out of $69 million. And this guy, he's got 75 followers on Twitter. Shoot. You're gonna trust that guy? Man, if that's how easy it is to scam out of $69 million, well, I got a bridge to sell you that leads to a whole land of ventilators. You can pick those ventilators right off the tree if you want. Fresh. Man, it's just wild, I just can't believe it sometimes. I think that really just shows how desperate things are, how desperate our politicians are and our hospitals are to get these ventilators, because that's really the deciding factor in the death rate of this disease. A lot of people don't realize the death rate is based on how much hospital capacity we have, how many people can get ventilators, and is the system overloading so that other people getting treated for other diseases also don't get the care they need, and then those people die, whether it's heart diseases or cancer, and those people can't get treatment because now we have this massive influx of these COVID-19 patients. And so really it's so much more complicated than a lot of people realize. And these people trying to say what the death rate is, it's 0.3% and it's not as bad as they said. Those people, they're not looking at all the data. So this story is crazy. Hopefully next time we're going to be more prepared for something like this. I feel like we really are. And so the good news is when you're more prepared, you're not going to be so desperate and you're not going to have these really loose regulations on this kind of thing. And I think that's going to help clamp down on these sort of scams that they can seemingly be run by anybody, even if they don't even have much fame or notoriety. So tell me what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.